Hello and welcome to another video about Bitcoin. We want to talk about the long-term chart today because the daily chart hasn't really changed, but I want to give you a quick overview of the long-term chart. We do that from time to time. As you know, as silver and gold members, you can get access to these charts 24/7, all the live charts and so on. But this here is the long-term chart that we cover here on YouTube as well, like every few weeks. So we haven't done it for a while. And therefore, I wanted to give you an idea of how I see possibly the next bear market. And then we also take a brief look at the daily chart and obviously the shorter time frame at the end. So looking at the long-term chart here, this is what a lot of people are interested in because we don't talk about it very often. And obviously the new bear market, the next bear market is not too far away. You can see that here, this move from the 2022 lows is currently a three-wave rally. 1, 2, 3. That's why I often talk about the current pullback, which started in March. It could be a wave 4, an internal 4, a smaller degree 4, and one more high is still plausible into the 100K region. And this would give us a solid 5-wave move to the upside, and it would complete wave 5 of a larger third wave. And this larger third wave would be the end of a long-term bullish cycle, which actually started here in 2015. So we have a pretty much nearly 10-year long or even 10-year long bullish cycle, which will get corrected. That's why I find the next bear market could get quite brutal, or at least long, sideways action, or quite volatile as well, because this is quite a large wave degree in this wave 4. And I also said before that I think this entire move up from the 2018 low is one cycle. It is this fifth wave in this third wave. And this fifth wave is a 5-wave move as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this fifth wave is nearly completed. So we are in the late stages of a cycle. We're in the late stages of a 10-year long cycle. We're in the late stages of this cycle that started in 2018. And we're in the late stages of the cycle that started in November 22. I'm not ready to say that the bear market has started yet because we haven't even formed that new high. And should we not form that one more high here into the 100K region, then I assume that this fifth wave that started presumably in November 22, that it never started. Then I would have to assume that this wave 4 is still unfolding as a, for example, flat correction, A, B, C, or even a triangle pattern, and then we go higher. So this is what I would have to go with if we don't hold our support in August, so the August low, or in the very worst case, the 43K level. But anything below that would mean that the fourth wave is still unfolding and we haven't even started this larger degree fifth wave. But that's currently not preferred, even though I would prepare for that. At the moment, the momentum is up, short-term momentum, but it is still a likely option because we're in the late stages of a rally anyway. I mean, we've got 3 waves up from that 2022 low, and sometimes there is no wave 4, 5. For example, if this is just a high B wave. The only thing that makes me question this is the move down is definitely not impulsive. So therefore, but that's why I'm still tracking one more high on the chart. We're now in a local uptrend. I'm skeptical about it, as you know, but still we talk about that on the daily. I mean, this is just high level to give you an idea where things could be going and what the overall bigger picture says. And then talking about the next bear market, let's assume we get that one more high. The next wave 4 could be brutal. It would be probably more substantial than the wave 4 that bottomed likely in November 22, because it's a larger wave degree. It is the correction after a 10-year long cycle, and we know how frustrating wave 4s can be. So my idea is that this A wave could be quite surprising for many and maybe even quite rapid. Then we could get an overshooting B wave. That's just what wave 4s like to do. Like in the last bear market, we also had an overshooting B wave here. So it could actually form a new high, and that is when people start to think it's going to go to So people will say, okay, that's a trap. and then, okay, we're going to 500K now, but actually it might only marginally go above this cycle high, okay? So see, maybe we only get to 95K in the fifth wave, just an idea. Then we sell off, and then people will say, okay, but we, where's my 500K? And then it will rally. That could just be a high B wave, basically a trap for the bulls. People will get very, excited, euphoric, and then it will break down in a C wave. And that, if that is an ending diagonal, it could take years. So already this will probably take like a year or something. And then this can take another year or two. I don't know. We'll have to see. And then I don't know where exactly it's going to land. That's difficult to say at this stage because we haven't even topped. Okay, I cannot calculate a target for wave 4 without a top in the larger third wave. And then we need an A-B structure as well. So yeah, it's but that's sort of my idea. Bigger picture, okay? So a lot of people asked. Let's take a quick look at the daily and the short term. Quick reminder, today at 4 p.m. UTC, we're running our masterclass again on risk management. There are 5 sessions. We've already run 2. The recordings are available, and this is the 3rd session. There'll be a repetition for anybody who joins. Let's say today, you won't, you should rewatch the previous ones, but you can do that after this one if you're interested. Today, I think we talk about stop losses and so on. Last few days were about, last few sessions were about psychology. So today is stop losses and some other stuff. Then we'll talk about portfolio management, I think, next time. But yeah, there are topics about risk management we're covering. So this session, these 5 sessions that we're running, they tell you everything you need to know actually about risk management from a psychological point of view, and also like hands-on. But we talk a lot about that in this session. So if you're interested, that will run today, 4 p.m. UTC for our gold and silver members. If you're interested, you can join on our website. Okay, so let's go to the daily chart. Daily chart, I will not spend much time here, but this is the wave 4 that I talked about just on the longer time frame. Wave 4 might have bottomed in August. A sell-off into the mid 40K region is not off the table. Could still be a WXY structure in a B wave of an even larger 4th wave before we go higher. So at the moment, as long as we're holding above support, that potential for one more high exists. But we have to really we have to watch the chart every single day, understand if support levels are holding on the smaller time frames, because this is all corrective. All corrective. It's crucial to understand every single day, is the momentum currently up? Is the momentum currently down? Are we holding support or not? And which levels need to break in order to basically confirm that we're heading into the mid 40K region. So since the price reversed in our support area here, the momentum was up and we're looking for higher, and the price could get to that 66 to 67K region. This will be the next decision point. If we get rejected here, then see the first 5 wave move down. It could be a setup for lower prices. So first 5 wave move is this, then a corrective rally, could be a short trade setup for this entire move. But we're not there yet. Short-term momentum is still up at the moment, so I'm not going to talk about a top in place. Top could, however, form in this region just below the upper boundary line of the trend channel. Let's take a look at the shorter time frame, see if anything changed. Not really. So it's a boring start to the weekend. As I said yesterday, we might just see some consolidation into the weekend. Wave count unchanged. Micro support here for further upside. The next key level is 61,930 still, the red line. And the support zone is around 60,200 to 62,080. As long as we're holding it, I'm watching for higher either in a 5th wave of, that's the dog, 5th wave of 3 to 64,800. Let me shift that to the right. Or it would be a C wave to the upside, which could even go a little higher, but it doesn't make a great difference. It just means as long as we're holding support, this move up doesn't appear to be finished yet. And as long as we're holding above support, the most probable scenario is that we're heading to 64,800 next. Again, maybe a bit higher, but then we should get another 4-5 pattern. And this wave 4 should not break below 2K ideally. Talked about it yesterday, and I showed you even the key support levels here, but let me see. Oh yeah, so a wave 4 would normally retrace to the 100% extension or the 78.6. Here, roughly 62,300 is going to be key support for this fourth, but it will depend a little bit on where the third wave tops. We haven't got that yet. We don't have the top in place yet. Let me take these out again. So at the moment, it's just sideways consolidation. Yeah, we could have bottomed in this wave 4, but actually I shouldn't label it as finished because there's absolutely no evidence that it's finished. I'm rather looking at higher, but in the short term, there could be some more consolidation, maybe a test of support before we go higher. Certainly what I can tell you is that this move down looks corrective, and it might be here A, B, C. Okay, maybe even an internal A wave. We might be doing this B wave over the weekend, and then maybe a C wave down. But I'm not going to label this because first of all, I'm already on the smallest wave degree, and then this is a pretty small wave degree anyway, and it just looks corrective. So there are tons of possibilities. It could even turn into a triangle. Important is to understand, do the bulls turn up before we break below 60,220? That would be what I'm watching for at the moment. But we have to understand that it's important to be flexible in this structure because everything's moving in diagonal structures, especially from the September low and from the August low, is all corrective to the upside. So things can change quickly. It's a very fragile uptrend. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.